Well, it looks like Borderlands may not be getting the cinematic universe that Randy Pitchford expected because it is already releasing on digital platforms on August 30th when the film released in theaters on August 9th, which is hilarious because I don't know who decided that this movie was going to work out. Who even would want to put money towards a project like this because it was bad from start to finish. There was really nothing that was amazing about this movie. I mean, they truly said to themselves, let's create the worst freaking video game adaptation possible. And that seemed impossible when you had U Bowl's movies in the past, several of them, like 2003's House of the Dead and 2005's Alone in the Dark, both sitting at 11% hilariously enough. And the Borderlands movie was such a spectacular failure, probably going to go down as the worst video game adaptation in recent memory, right next to something like Halo, because of every wrong decision they made. I mean, the casting was awful for this movie. I love Cate Blanchett. I think Jamie Lee Curtis is pretty good, but they did not work in these roles. They are double the age of the characters they're supposed to be playing, and that was just a shame. Also, Kevin Hart is fine in a lot of cases, not as Roland. I did not like the changes they made to his humor. And then you get into the production value seemed awful. I mean, this cost them over $100 million to make. It truly felt like they shoved maybe 20 million bucks into this. I don't know where all of the money went, but then you get into the terrible sets, which looked like they were made out of cardboard, and if an actor slightly bumped into them, they were going to fall apart. You had the god-awful dialogue, which became an issue, it seems, because the rating was bumped down. This was originally supposed to be a rated R film, and I think if it was rated R and they were not holding themselves back so much, it would have been slightly more entertaining. But because it was bumped down to a PG-13, they had to edit out a lot of jokes, and it was very like cringe-worthy Zoomer comedy, which didn't work. That's not who's going to see this movie, and it just was a disaster. And it's no shocker to see that they are desperate to try to make some kind of money off of this because they're putting it digitally. They're hoping that maybe they're going to make some digital sales off of this, but because it's doing so terribly right now in the theaters, they don't have a choice. It's just not generating the revenue that they expected. And I mean, it looks like they are probably not going to launch this Borderlands cinematic universe. I know Gearbox's founder, Randy Pitchford, had previously said this was the plan back in February, but now I just don't think that's going to be the case because it's lost them so much money. We do not have updated figures, but we do know that it, last time we were told, grossed 16 million globally, and the Take-Two CEO said the box office figures won't have a financial impact on the publisher, but 16 million is the last figure that we got for this film, and now suddenly they're announcing that it's going to digital platforms only a few weeks after the release, the same month of release in theaters, which definitely screams that this is, a massive bomb for them. I just don't see a way that they're going to continue a Borderlands cinematic universe. Maybe they'll try it, but I think it'll lose them a hell of a lot of money. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.